Can y'all hear me? Yes, you can hear me now. Hi, Magic. Hi, Frank. Hi, Quicksilver. Hi, Scooter. Hi, Bruce. Sorry. Hi, what's up? Sorry for the, hi, Bear. Yeah, sorry for the mix-up then because I clicked on the wrong thing in my Streamlabs, so it went on to create a new stream apart from the one that I kind of like had it hooked up with. Yep, sorry about that. How you guys doing, man? What's that? Congrats on 47? What's 47? What's 47? Hi, Luis Figuera. What 47 are you talking about? What? Oh, okay. So Magic, I just collected my Hardy Benton ST62. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, I forgot. They actually came up with a sunburst finish. Burrito. I'm having this instead of burritos. So in case y'all forgot, this is the... What is this? This is Hall Flakes. Oh, a 47th live stream. Yeah, the thing is, I actually wanted to take a break this week. Yeah, but because of the launch of the MG30, the NUX MG30, I thought I'll have this live stream just in case anyone has any question about, the MG30. Oh, it is. There's a 47 live stream. Time just goes by so fast. So what have you guys been up to for the past week? Before I tell you what I've been up to for the past week. For a week stream. If I start that channel, I'll probably be like gaining weight like crazy. Oh, the Bacchus? Yeah, the Bacchus was nice. Oh, really? Godin session. Godin makes really nice guitars. Yeah. I'm a proud owner of 2 Godins. I played guitar last week. Yeah, the Bacchus is a Japanese company. So I always thought that it was like like a Chinese company with substandard guitars. But little did I know that it's actually a Japanese company which had their guitars manufactured in China. But the design, and there are some, most of the guitars are designed in Japan, and there were a couple of extraordinary models available from them, which are really nice. So, yeah, I was kind of surprised with the Strat and the Tele models that came out with the Universal. I think it's called the Universal series. Yeah, you can compare them to the Harley Benton, the ST62, for example. I think their quality is just up there, they're really there. Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard. I don't think Thomann carries them anyway, so I'm not available here. Maybe I'll check with Janet and see what happens, whether they have like distributors in Europe. Jackoff just went to Davis today. Got to check out the Atwoods you reviewed recently, and I got myself a new guitar. Ooh. Nice. A Japanese Schecter BH1 modded with bare knuckles and koto. Wow. Congratulations. Looks like you got yourself a really nice guitar there. What's a BH1? Have I seen that before? Where to go, what's up? That's a nice, yeah, that's the nicest telly I've tried so far from Harley Benton. Alright guys, just hit the like button if you can. Bruce, I used to have two Godins, one T-type and one S-type. They were nice guitars, but I traded them towards my PRS. Okay. And get me a lefty Barcus also. I wish Davis. Look, okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So, it's a serious question. I'm planning to do. In fact, I'm already had plans to do a video, or where I'll go down to the retail shops like Davis and City Music, and a couple more. And I'm gonna do a video about interviewing these people in the shop and kind of find out from them, like, how is it like with customers coming in to try the guitars instead of customers ordering guitars online. So what do you guys think about it? Do you think it will help y'all to kind of understand this whole situation where the pandemic kind of like influence the way we buy stuff, especially stuff that we order online, like books and stuff. But guitars, I always wonder about guitars, whether we should order them online or should we just go down to the shop and try them out ourselves and hear how it sounds, how it feels. So yeah, so this is something on the pipeline, and I'm gonna shoot this video probably next week. Check off. Also, don't know if you noticed, but there's also Bacchus HSS thread. Yes, roasted maple neck. Yep, I know about this. Yeah, in time you're gonna get all this down. Chrissy, hi Chrissy. Good morning. How I'm fine. I'm fine. What's your favorite favorite clean pedal perform tube amp? I was thinking blues bass breaker or blues breaker 30R. Wow. You know what? I was just reviewing this Langley Cup Super 12. If I'm not mistaken. And let's take a look at it at that video, because that's a great amp for pedals. Tube, solid tube. I believe it's 312AX. What is this, AX? Yeah, anyway, and two EL84s. Great little small amp, something about just slightly bigger, slightly taller than this VC15. And I think it works really well with pedals. So that's a great amp. Well, of course, the sound of Fender, the small ones are really nice too. But for me, my ultimate favorite would be either the Fender Deluxe or the Twin Reverb. Yeah, I mean, I like bigger amps, but can't afford the space, so that's why I don't have a Fender Reverb here, a Fender Twin Reverb here, or a Fender Deluxe. This is something that I bought used, pre-loved they call it these days, and it was okay, man. It was kind of worn out. Everything is worn out, so I had it retube like 3 years ago, and it sounded great. So just stuck here. Oh no, EL84 is everywhere. I see EL84s in the Black Stars. Yeah, in the box. I mean, in the what you call it, the Langley amps too. Really? Pooh, I miss going to the music stores. Not sure if they miss me only buying picks and strings, but after playing with everything in the shop. Yeah, I mean we get some of those, guys who hang around the music store and hogging out that space with your favorite amp, and you going into the shop and you wanted to buy this amp, but this guy is hogging it, and you're just playing like a C7 chord all over again, and you know that he's not gonna buy the amp. So yeah, we get all sorts, but I miss the whole environment where, especially in a nice retail shop where the stuff know the stuff, and they're courteous, and they're helpful. It's a good environment to be with. And I'm sure in America, that in the States, there's a whole lot of shops like that. And I've been to a couple of shops when I tour, and they're all great. Mm, that sounds great, Chrissy. Quicksilver, they make a Super Cup head, so I guess you can always hook it up to a Harley Benton 212s. Yep, you can do that. Louis, in my opinion, it's difficult to buy a guitar online, only if you get a 30 or 40 days return trial like some music companies. Yes. But even then, it's like, the whole hassle of sending the guitar back, packing it up. It's just not worth the time for me. I'm very pragmatic about this. If I want to buy something, I'll go down to the shop, get it, try it, and bring it home and done with it. Instead of like ordering something online, having it delivered to your place, and then finding out that it doesn't fit you, gotta pack it up again, and then, you know, if you have a car, fine, you can drive it down to the post office and have it sent away. Even though the postage may be paid by the company itself, but then this is a whole hassle of sending the guitar or amplifier back, and just. What is this? Okay. Buying guitars online, the guitar needs to fit and please you. You're not really able to experience a guitar while buying online. Exactly. Quicksilver, I wonder what they mean by handpicked 12 AX7. Handpick, use your hands and pick them up. Marketing smoke, yeah. What's up? I still want to go to a music shop and see if I can get away with playing Stairway. Try. You can try. I'll let you play it. I guess the shops now miss people playing Stairway to Heaven, Smoke on the Water. My scooter would like to know about Davis shipping to the US. Well, you can always call them up. Jeanette is a nice person, or email them. You can Google Davis from the internet, and yeah, email her. She'll tell you. There are a couple of guys from the States who order stuff from Davis too. Hi, FC from Thailand. Sawadee Krap. It is. I agree. Christy Edison. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to tell you what happened to me last week. It was a busy week last week. What day is today? Today is Friday, right? End of week. So, I had a workshop. I told you guys about it, a workshop. And I had rehearsal on Thursday. The event was on Monday, right? And then was it on Monday? Wait, the rehearsal was on Monday. The event was on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I had rehearsal for my church worship, which is on Sunday. So on Thursday, I had rehearsal with my church worship team, and then we have the service on Sunday. And all of these two events, I was using the MG30. So I kind of had that that experience of of using it in a live situation on both occasions. So all I need to carry for these two events was just this two, right, and a power supply for this MG30, which I don't know where I put. I think somewhere anyway. So this whole thing fit into my guitar bag, my guitar gig bag, and it was fine. It was great because in my guitar gig bag I have my iPad, I have this, a couple of wires, a couple of cables, and that's about it. So it was really heavy, not good in the back, but I struggled and struggled through, so it wasn't that bad. I had a good gig bag. My impression was this is not like the Helix, because even though it's a very well made alloy chassis, it's not as heavy as a Helix. The Helix is really heavy, so I'm so used to having a heavy platform to work on, where I know it's gonna wobble. It's not gonna wobble. It's just so rock solid. This does not wobble at all. But when you have your right leg, in my case, on this pedal board, you tend to go. You can feel that it's moving because it's light. It's lighter than the Helix. And my only other gripe with this is that the pedal doesn't go full range. There's just so much you can go, and that for me is, you know how it is. If you want the bigger sweep, you don't have it, and I guess it would suffice for wah-wah if you're gonna play some wah-wah, right? But in terms of volume swells and all that, I'm still dependent. Thank God, I'm still able to do volume swells with my fingers on the volume knob. So cool. In terms of sound, I think it's okay. It depends on what you want to do, because on both occasions I wanted to go stereo. On both occasions I failed to go stereo because somehow the places that I was doing these events, including my own church, have defective DIs, and somehow I couldn't get it to work on a stereo format, which I really love, because they have some great effects here. They have stereo chorus, they have the dual time delay, or even a simple plate reverb. It's supposed to sound good stereo. Although there's no bi-amping like the Helix, but it doesn't matter. So I had to patch it out on mono, which worked. So in terms of sound, it was okay, right? And I went wireless on all this, so there was no indication of any thinning out of the sound. Like sometimes when you use a wireless unit, it tends to get a little brittle, a little thin. No, I don't experience that with this unit. Maybe because my ears was so in tune to this, because I'm playing wireless at home. I'm using wireless systems at home, so maybe it's that. I don't know. I'm just so tuned to it. This is a godsend, right? So this is like a dual foot switch for you to give control to two other effects, whether you can turn it on and off. So basically, you have your three foot switches here, so you can bank up, bank down, and the other one is either for tap tempo, or if you press two of them, you can activate the tuner. This too is just for you to kind of like figure out what you want to do. Like you want to turn off the compressor, or you want to turn off the distortion or delay. You can just hit either one of these two. So that gives you a little bit more play, I guess, in a live situation. So any questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer you. I don't profess to know everything about this unit, because there's a whole lot of stuff in here. And of course you have the looper, which somehow or other, me and my big feet, I kind of like activated the looper during one of the events. I guess it was on Sunday during rehearsal, and I had a hard time turning it off. So I found a way to kind of deactivate the looper with the help of Monk from NUX. So it's squared away. I don't need a looper. I don't need. So I got it. I have it deactivated, and it's fine now. It's fine now. Yeah, I like the tuner. The tuner is pretty accurate. You know. So you got questions? Just send them over. Thank you, Frank, for the coffee. Tonight I'm staying away from coffee because, as y'all know, I'm trying to get back to my normal sleeping hour, uh, and I succeeded for the past 4 days. I started going back to my normal time zone on Tuesday. Yeah, so it's all been good. I like to wake up early in the morning so that I can get a whole lot of stuff done, and it's been great. So I took a little nap just now so that I can stay awake for this live stream. I'm drinking Ovaltine. Ovaltine is kind of like a chocolatey malt drink that we have here, so it's nice. Thank you, Frank, again. All right, so what is this? Quicksilver. I guess I should order an MG30 from Toman. Do you have? No, I don't. I don't have affiliate links in Toman. Yep. Chrissy Anderson, have you ever thought of visiting other YouTube channels? Like what? Like TPS or others? Cool to see you and get along. Well, I did a guest spot with Tony Francis. Yeah. So and it was quite a while ago, but it's not like I'm up there with the big boys. So yeah, it's a very generous start, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. Roland Rivera, I just recently went into Guitar Center here in Colorado to trade in an old M4 FFR. It was nice being able to go in person. Didn't play stereo. Cool. Yeah, I miss that too. Frank Cordier, I purchased for simple practice Positive Grid Spark M. Great option for the price. Nice. Hi Oliver, how are you? I just saw a video showing the train in Singapore that automatically shades. Yeah. The windows as it passes by buildings. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This shaded window, auto shade window, has been around for a long time. I first discovered it when I was flying to. Where was I flying to? I was flying to Europe, and I was on the Emirates flight. I kind of found out that it kind of automatically shade when the sun was hitting that part of the plane, and I was on the window seat, so I was like, that's cool. Yeah, so that was the first time I had experience with the shaded windows. Chrissy, I'm joining a band soon. My rhythm is tight. Cool. So you play at night, Chrissy? You have a band that used to play at night, or what? Was this Leonard? I'm really curious about dual time delay model in the MG30. Well, they basically work the same as the actual unit, which I have somewhere lying around, and it's nice. It's nice. You can have like two delays. Basically, you have two delays, pinging back and forth if you want to. There are a couple of options there. You can even have like I guess some sort of shimmering effect if you want. And the thing about this MG30 is that I know that in the future they're gonna update their firmware and they're gonna add some more effects, and that'll be pretty interesting, pretty exciting. Quicksilver, are Joyo Moore NUX all related? Because it seems the models listed are by name, the same ones in the Moore preamp live. No, they are not. They are not. They have different. How should we say? Different ways of doing stuff. I actually particularly like some of the Moore stuff, but I can tell that they're very different from the NUX, and they look and they may seem to be the same because they are from Chinese companies, and the problem with Chinese companies is that they try to fit in too much things in one unit. Like you have a multi effects thing, they'll throw in the looper and throw in whatever, even they even have a game in it, right? A snake game in it. God knows who would play a game in the middle of a gig, or when you're waiting for a gig. I would play games on my handphone. So they tend to cram a whole lot of stuff in it, and that's the thing. So the whole mindset will evolve, I guess, in the future. But I'm really excited for them because I can see the potential, especially in NUX, because they have the ability to listen to players and listen to their feedback as to what they should implement. And I think that's great. Yeah. Pooh, my big feet also hit multiple switches accidentally far too often. I just got some pedal toppers, but I'm not sure if they're helping. They are not helping at all because they're gonna make matter worse. Look, if you have metal toppers, like this has toppers. You see that? Right, this had toppers. So you know what I mean? It's like, the chances of you hitting two foot switches at one is like double. Florida bearded woodworker. Hello, how are you? Your prayers work. Oh, cool, awesome. Thank God. Praise God. Cool. Are you at home recovering now? Great to hear that, man. Great to hear that. Oliver, I love Ovaltine. Oh, it's Roundtine. Chrissy, I'm a long-term home player, but just getting the guts to move forward in music. Yeah, you should, and you should. Yeah. Playing live is a totally different experience from just playing at home, or even playing in church or playing with a bunch of friends. Playing in front of a live audience is like, there's a certain thing about it that gives me goosebumps, and sometimes you get addicted to it after a while. All right, who put the Benzedrine and Mrs. Murphy Ovaltine? Great tune from Harry Gibson. I never heard that. That's interesting. Jackoff, I can vouch for the Moore GE200. It's a pretty good modeling unit, so as I have one. Yeah, there you go. So I remember the first time I played in front of a big crowd. We're talking about a couple of thousand people. It was back, wow, good Lord, this is back in 1990, 91. Because prior to that, I was just playing clubs. And on a good night in the full house, you probably get a couple of hundred people. That's about it, And to play in front of a auditorium with a couple of thousand people, the first time, I just wanted to take a dump. I was so nervous that I had to go to the toilet to take a dump. And it was so bad, But I knew it was just nerves. After that, I kind of got used to it. And there was one time I played in Shanghai. I played in front of and I had to sing. I had to sing in front of a 70,000 people stadium. That holds 70,000 people in Shanghai. That was something else. I remember the feeling, the feeling that I got when I was going up to the spotlight to kind of deliver the song. I wasn't nervous at all, but it's just that to stand there on the stage and facing this huge mass of people, and you're going like, dude, never in my life would I imagine this. And it was great. It was great. And I play in big stadiums after that, a whole lot of the big stadiums, and kind of got used to it, So yeah, Chrissy, go for it. Play live. Playing live is a great experience. Hi, Gwenta, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. All right, you play in churches. You play in church many years, so you had the stage presence, but lost my confidence when I transitioned to female. Nah, don't worry about it. You'll come back. You'll come back. Pooh, back to work. Okay, Pooh, you take care. Yeah, so apart from that, I think last week I mentioned about a lump forming right here, and I'm going to have it looked at. I'm having a doctor's appointment on the 10th with a hand surgeon in a government hospital. So I'm going to have it looked at. Probably nothing is to be done that day because they're probably going to take a bunch of X-rays and kind of probe here and there. I'm just hoping it will go away by then so that I can cancel the appointment. Yeah, so we'll see. So if you all had me in mind, then I don't mind you guys praying for me. it went, the pain kind of went away during the church service, right? Amazing. The pain just went away, and then it came back when I had rehearsal with the band that I'm in. We're doing a live stream concert at the later part of the month, so we had our first rehearsal on Monday, this Monday, and it was bad because at the same time I was like caught in between time zones, and I didn't had sleep for almost 20 hours, and I went to rehearsal and I was zonk. That and the fact that my hands started to hurt, and there was a whole lot of songs to do, 20 over songs, and a whole lot of playing, and that was bad. So on Tuesday, I kind of like managed to get back to my normal sleeping hours. So I woke up and I just didn't want to play anything. I just want to give my hands, or rather my left hand, a rest. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And I haven't been playing for long periods of time. So I took a rest on Tuesday. Wednesday I did a video about the what did I do? I forgot what I do. I do so much videos. What did I do on Wednesday? I did a video about the Bacchus, right? And then on Thursday, which was yesterday, I did a video about what did I do? See, I forgot what I do. What did I do? Was it the amp? Something else? I don't know. And no, today I did the amp. So yesterday I did something else. I forgot what I did. Anyway, yeah. So it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't really that irksome to me. It was okay. So I'm just hoping this thing will go. I'm guessing that this is something to do with nerves, with the veins and whatever. It could be a pinched nerve. It could be anything. So yeah. So you guys have the time. Just pray for me. Right? You're right, Chrissy. Yeah. Okay. Your harmony thing is awesome. Cool. Ben Sylvester, thinking of getting the Nick Johnston Schecter, my first fret. How are you getting along with yours? All right, so carrying on with that about my hand, I'm thinking that it might be because I've been playing a whole lot of slim necks, like what they have on the Schecter Nick Johnston, as well as a lot of LTD, ESP, and Schecter models. They have really slim necks, and I'm thinking maybe that's the cause of it, because I used to not play on too slim a neck. I used to play like the 9.25 to the 9.5 or the 7.25 necks of a Fender or G&L. They're kind of like, they're a bit bulkier than the ones on the Schecter or the LTD. And I never had problems when I was playing all these guitars back then. So it could be because of the slimmer neck, and then my hands started to kind of wrap the neck differently, so that might cause a bit of a problem. I don't know. I'm no doctor. I'm just like going on a limb here, so trying to figure out why this thing happened, and it's distressing to me. I don't like things happening to my body in a way that intrudes my playing, because as you all know, music is really important to me, and being able to play. Yep. Hi, Elion. How are you? Yeah, I know. I initially said that there's not gonna be any live stream, But I was thinking, like, yeah, I mean, I could hang around for an hour or so, hour or two. Thank you, Ocha. Thank you so much. Learning, singing and playing together is challenging. Yeah. Thank you, Roland. Thank you so much. So if you guys want to do like what Frank just did for me, buying coffee for me, you guys can just hit the super chat or the super sticker and buy me a cup of coffee or over tea. Alright? And if you want to support this channel, you can always be part of the Patrons. Right? I think you hear this thing this pitch countless times in my videos, right? And it really does help. Patreon does really help. So something, some food for thought. So y'all have any questions regarding the MG30? Nothing. So we're just gonna wrap it up about the MG30. Like I said, great unit. Okay, I found a power supply. So this is a power supply. I think I like the Epiphone S3 radius at 12. Yeah. I think when you're hitting like fret radius of 14-inch, it's really easy to play. Like, you can do fast runs, you can do a whole lot of acrobatics. But unless you've been playing with that sort of flat radius all the time, maybe for me, my hands are just trying to get used to it. Henceforth, the condition. So, but I'm worried about other stuff like, there's this thing called rheumatoid arthritis. So I'm just worried about that. If that's the cause of this, then yeah, that would be a bummer. But I'm praying myself that will not happen. Let's start with my stuff in the studio, so you don't see this thing here. This is something here that was my Helix. I left it in the studio so that I won't have to lug it up and down. I have three more trips up, so yeah, I'm gonna carry that. The NUX Johnston, it is a unique guitar. All right, so I had problem with the 60 cycle hum, and today I found out that my Fender Japan Stratocaster, the traditional Stratocaster that I have, is quieter than the NUX Johnston, which was like a surprising thing for me. So I'm thinking that the grounding in NUX Johnston is not up to par. I opened up the pickguard to kind of like peek in because I didn't want to change strings, so it was like, and I saw that it was filled with the black conductive tape that paint that they have. Great, but I don't see any wires, like any grounding wires from there. So, and I saw the back of the pickguard, and it's only they only have like aluminum shielding around the electronic areas, and none on the near the pickup. So it's not adequately shielded from what I see, but I might be wrong. I don't have the meter. What meter do you call that? So I couldn't actually find whether it's connotative, yeah. So I will have to bring it down to Wayne. The other problem with the NUX Johnston is high cuss, cuss. The other problem with the NUX Johnston is, like I said before, the brass inlay on the fretboard is it's nice touch, really nice touch, really exquisite touch. But the problem is that the fretboard is roasted maple, so you don't see the inlays a whole lot, and it gets lost. And I'm kind of dependent on the inlays at times, especially when I'm doing fast runs. I want to know where I am, but I'm okay. I'm used to it right now. So I'm gonna put on lumulays on the side dots. So I've asked Wayne to kind of order it for me, and and he'll fix it for me because it's a bit of a job. You have to kind of like dig out the existing dots and replace them with the lumulays, which are luminous. Yeah, it glows in the dark. You have to kind of like charge them for about 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah, that's what he was telling me. And apparently the stimulates are from Japan. So it's kind of interesting. So, but it's not cheap. It's not really that cheap. It cost me about what? It's going to cost me like almost $200, Singapore dollars, $200 to just to get that done. So yeah, I'm just thinking like when the Lumilate comes in, then I'll just send it to Wayne and get it all done and all hooked up. Cool. So I hope that answers your question, Ben. Apple Floyd, hey Jonathan, saw your review of the MG30 today. Have you heard about the Hot Tone Imperial 1 Stomp version? Do you think it will compete with the NUX? I have no idea. I have no idea because I have not seen it yet. Yeah. I don't know. Hot Tone and the Imperial was really a great pedal board, multi-pedal board when it was first released because it has like a touch screen and everything. And I don't know. Maybe they have improved on it because I'm still getting questions coming back to me about whether the looper syncs with the drums. I was hoping that it would, like in the update, in the firmware update, but I don't know. I have no idea because the unit that I reviewed is not with me anymore. We'll see. I'll see what I can do. Maybe try to get a unit to review. The fact of the matter is that to review multi-effects board like this, it takes a whole lot of time and effort. Now I have a Fractal AXS, the new one, and it's been lying there for almost a month. I didn't want to get started, but I have to get started soon enough, probably next week, because it would take a whole lot of time to play around with it, and like what I did with the Kemper, it took me a while. It took me about a day or so just to get to know the inner workings and then trying to present it on the video. I prefer reviewing guitars and pedal boards. I mean pedals, because they're truly straightforward. Certain multi effects, like for example the Helix. The one reason why I didn't do a conducive review of the Helix because it's like there's so many things in there that you need to cover, and until today I'm still learning stuff about the Helix. I was playing around with one of the filters that they have during their latest firmware update. And that's the reason why I love the Helix so much, because they're constantly updating their firmware, updating like their effects and stuff. So there are a couple of filters that I was using in one of the slide solo that I did. I think it's, oh yeah, now I remember. I did a review about a compressor, the NUX core compressor, or comp core. And if y'all saw the video, I did a slide solo. And that was done with the filter on the Helix Native. And it's so cool. It's like an auto wah, in case you all don't know what's an auto wah. It kind of simulates a wah pedal, but it's a bit different, and it sounded real nice with the slide. Hey, Mikael. Yes. Yeah, long time no see. Ben Sylvester, thanks for the insight. I will pray for you that my hand improve. Playing music is so much a part of how you express yourself. Okay. Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Yeah. Scooter, are you still around? Is it still cold in where you from? Yeah, you're Scooter. You're from wait, you're from Phoenix, right? Scooter, is it still cold? Really? I didn't know that. Happy Floyd, thank you, Jonathan, for your elaborate answers. Appreciate your videos and efforts. Thanks again. You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all got any more questions? If there's no question, then I will ask you guys some questions. All right. So coming back to the subject of buying guitars and stuff from retail shops, and as opposed to ordering online, I just want to take a sort of a census here. What are the things that you most likely would buy online, right? For Toman or from Sweetwater, guitars or pedals or effects? Which one? Either one, right? So, which one would you are most likely to buy online? That's a question to you guys. So, yeah. Hi, polite fan. How are you? Appy. Have you seen the Lenny Cup Super 8 amp? It's $150. It's so cool. No. Well, I probably have it in the shop in Davis, but I haven't seen it yet. I tried the Super 12, so I thought the Super 12 was really good. Christy, yeah, what do you think of a smart bass accompaniment like in Trio plus playing live with an artificial band? I don't know because I never do self accompaniment kind of music on my guitar. Yep. So unless I have a bit of question, like I have a bit of a problem understanding that question. Like in one context, what do you think of a smart bass accompaniment, like a auto bass thing? Well, there are a couple of stuff like if you're thinking about that, there's a pickup system. If I'm not mistaken, someone was telling me about that pickup system where it kind of split like the lower three into bass, an octave down, so you can actually play like bass notes with it, and then you can accompany yourself with chords on the upper three or upper fourth. Yeah, so something to think about. I think it's under. There's a company that does that. It's not Fishman. It's something else. And he had it fixed on, had it installed on a Godin, on his Godin, because he was doing a one-man show. He does a whole lot of looping, and yeah, he had that installed. And it's pretty cool. Mikhail, I have to thank you, John. Thanks for your review. Now I have 3 Harley Benton and 1 bass. Oh. Bear question, John. What's your favorite food? Japanese. Yeah, I love Japanese food. No matter what it is, soba, noodles, or the sashimi, the noodles, whatever you have. Yeah, I just love Japanese food. It just gets me every time. All right, so the answer is guitars. All right. Probably strings most likely online, but between pedals and guitars, I probably buy a pedal because guitars are so much more subjective than pedals. That's a great answer. Mikhail, if I buy cheap gear, I do it online, but if it's an expensive piece of gear, I usually do it in a local shop. That's another great answer. But then again, it's easy to fall in love with a pedal you try out. Yeah. Okay. So I got you, Chrissy. Okay. Yeah. So Sparks does that. That's cool. All right. So the consensus here is that some of you would buy guitars online, but what would make you what would let you what would make you have that confidence to buy a guitar online? Is it because you tried a guitar before, or you're just going in blind and trusting by faith that the guitar would be okay? Lament, dear John, thank you for answering all our questions. It's great you're doing this. How many hours do you have in a day? 25. Normal hours, you know. I just, yeah, the thing is about this, coming back to my own time zone, the right one for me, where I wake up really early, like, not really early, like, 9 a.m. I tend to get a whole lot of stuff done by the time I hit like 2 p.m. I'll probably got all my stuff done, and then the rest of the time will be just like thinking of stuff to do and letting my mind wander a bit, or watching some movies. Today I watched 2 movies in the afternoon, so yeah, it's less stressful than me sleeping like really late, like 10 a.m., going to bed at 10 a.m., waking up at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. and this whole thing, it just doesn't work. So now I gotta figure out a way for me to do my cycling earlier, or I wake up really early, like 4 a.m. and go to bed really early, like 10. So I wake up at 4 a.m., take a bicycle ride, come back just in time for breakfast, and start going to work and doing all my stuff, and yeah, and sleep earlier. I guess that would be a healthier lifestyle. But then I won't be able to see you guys on live stream because I'll probably be in bed sleeping. All right, so coming back to that question, all right, so polite fans, sushi or sashimi? Both. Yeah, both. Intonation is free at Shikai. That's how I'm. Intonation is free at Shikai. Really? So you get your guitar intonated in Chicago music, but if you're staying far away from there, and by the time that guitar arrives at your home, a whole lot of stuff might happen. The guitar might have dropped, or the weather differences. Your intonation will go wonky again. So I guess the only way to do this is to learn how to intonate guitars yourself. That'll be the safest way. Polite fan, I've gone in blind, no problem. Okay, cool. I watch multiple guitar reviews before I purchase online. That's very wise of you. What's up? Mikhail, online reviews one thing I would use for deciding buying online. Okay, so a lot of you guys have the same thing in common. Bear question, have you ever played through a Marshall stack? How was it? Once, just once. And it was mind-blowing, yeah. But it was just too much air behind me. And most of the time I don't feel the air. I only feel it when I'm going near and trying to tweak. And yeah, this is about the only time, but it's cool. But I don't have the luxury of I'm not a rock star. I don't belong to a rock band, so yeah, I only played it once in a show where there were other bands doing it, and they happened to have a Marshall stack there, so it was just 2 cabinets stacked on top, and that's about it. There's another time where I had 2 Marshalls, 2 JCM 800, and I wanted to go a stereo setup, so I had it hooked up left and right. So that was pretty wild. But if you're talking about the old 80s rock arena where you have a bunch of I haven't gone there yet, so thank God. Right, so the general consensus is that you guys would buy guitars online, provided you have adequate knowledge, or sort of understanding what the guitar is going to be like through the reviews that you see on YouTube or whatever. Right. All right. Okay, I understand. Appy, reviews are key to buying online. So, but I mostly buy gear, pedals, speakers. Guitars have more variability, so I tend to buy them after testing and playing. Okay. All right, cool. Andrew, yeah, hi Andrew, how are you? Yeah, I'll buy a guitar online after watching reviews. I could always send it back if I don't like it. Now, what happens if the store doesn't have a return policy? Will you still buy it online? Online reviews have definitely influenced me to buy guitars from shops and eBays. Also bought at local music stores and off Craigslist. Good deals can be found on used guitars. Okay, that's cool. Well, if we're talking about used guitars, I'm going to take used guitars or vintage guitars or pre-loved guitars out of the equation because we all know we've been there. I sell a whole lot of pre-loved guitars online. I bought a couple of pre-loved guitars, so I'm going to take that out of the equation. I'm just going to put like brand new guitars. What would you guys prefer? So I'm hearing that a lot of you guys are dependent on watching the reviews so that you will have a clear understanding of how. But then the thing is that when Thomann first started this whole wave of excitement 2-3 years ago, or maybe longer than that, a lot of people were complaining about, dude, I just paid $265 for this guitar, and it came in, I have like dirty paint jobs, and the frets are not evenly worked at, and there are like dots on my bodies, there are paint dots on my bodies, and stuff like that. And they were like returning these guitars back to Thomann because Thomann has a 30 days return policy. And I would buy like what is it called, B stocks from them, and I couldn't find a single flaw. And they probably had cleaned up the paint or repainted them or whatever they're doing, or sometimes customers would just return because they have a return policy, and that's bad. It's bad for business, obviously for Thomann. But then again, on the flip side of the coin, I've seen guitars that are really, not up to standard, even though they cost like $300. But still, you would expect a certain standard, are uneven frets, stuff like that. But I'm seeing a whole lot of less of this stuff these days because I'm seeing like immaculate guitars, guitars that are well QC'd and well manufactured these days, even from Thomann. So I guess the trend is changing. On the off chance that you get a lemon, that's something that's unfortunate. But if you're buying online, you will run that risk of either getting your guitars damaged during transit, during delivery, or you get a lemon, right? Maybe electronics doesn't work, or stuff like that. So with the Sweetwater, what is this, 45 points or 55 points inspection and all that, that will help. That will give a customer a ease of mind to know that, okay, the guitars that I ordered will have to go through all that QC and stuff like that. But not a whole lot of companies does that, right? So yeah, some food for thought. Andrew Cradell. If I'm buying a guitar online, I will only purchase if it actual high resolution pictures. I can always get a good read on how it would sound based on Jonathan Coase. Thank you so much. What's up? They must have a return policy. Yes, they must. And without a good return policy, no, I wouldn't. All right, cool. That's nice. Jacob, I never bought a brand new guitar before. Okay. Bear, I bought a used G&L and reverb. The store is Paris Music. They do a setup, fret dressing, intonation, neck adjustment before they sell. My guitar was in tune and felt great. Awesome. Michael Hayes, some guitars you can't really go wrong buying online, like a Martin D18 or 28, Gibson's J45 in most cases. Guitars that are not well known, I steer away from. Yeah, you got a good point there. But like I said, if you're buying a Martin D35 or D45, okay, let's not go too far, maybe D28, and you have it shipped, right, from Pennsylvania, and somehow along the way, 101 things could happen, right? But these are not the fault of the company. These are the fault of the delivery companies, like the UPS or DHL. But in most cases, are we able to claim the damages that's been done on guitars. You guys have any experience on that? For example, say for example you order a hummingbird from Gibson, and you took delivery of it, and you open up the case. You were so excited, and then the neck has broken off, and that's probably due to the fact that the guitar has been dropped during delivery. Are there any insurance claims for this, or do you return it back to the store and hope for the best that they'll send you another guitar? You guys have any experience with that? Chrissy, I think the tuners and bridge pieces are most important. Okay. Bear, a Yamaha SA 2200 is always great. You can get this instrument online and you won't be sorry. Yeah, but not all of us want to buy a Yamaha SA 2200. Christy, like in the Squire Tornado, I returned to Sweetwater. Had too much play in the tuners. Okay. Mikkel, but Thomann is my main online retailer, and it has a great return policy. But then again, I buy cheap guitars in order to learn how to set them up correctly and correct things that's wrong. Great, that's the right attitude, Mikkel. To tell you frankly, I learned a whole lot of stuff when I bought these Harley Benton guitars, starting from the back Paisley, and hence the CST24 and whatever the Fusion, because I learned how to kind of like fix stuff up. You know, I knew a little back then, but I learned a whole lot more because of my inquisitive nature and the fact that I had great friends like Wayne to teach me. So I learned how to intonate properly. I learned how to fix uneven frets myself. I learned how to swap tuners and tremolo arms and stuff like that. The only thing that I can't really do are electronics, so I leave that to Wayne. So Wayne is kind of gleeful that I left it to him. So yeah, so this is what I do. And I think buying cheaper guitars does have its place because it gives you the opportunity to work on the guitars if you choose to, right? I know some of us are not hands-on, you know, we're not really a hands-on person, so we tend to send it to a luthier to get it fixed. But my take is that every guitarist should be able to do a simple setup, or at least some sort of setup to begin with, so that I've heard of guitarists who don't even know how to change strings, right? But these are probably the newbies. Yeah, so I think it's always good to learn, you know. Okay, so Andrew, I played a big Marshall stack once. This guy that worked at a Tom Lee store in Hong Kong invited me to his band practice. Cool. I have friends in Tom Lee. Yeah. ELS 94. If it's a pretty cheap guitar, some minor QC issues is a good opportunity to learn. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Great. Andrew, they were a pretty aggressive metal band. The stack sounded amazing, but it was so loud I was afraid to play it confidently. I figured, yeah. The practice room was an industrial warehouse during the night, so they could crank everything up with no limits. Yeah, the thing about Hong Kong is that most of the rehearsals studios are in like, you know, industrial areas, and I remember I did a rehearsal once in the industrial area, right off the outskirts of Hong Kong. It was fun. Yeah, we had like whole lot of people there because I have like 17-piece string players and drummer, percussionist, 2 guitarists, you know, backup singers, the works, you know, piano, keyboard players. It was great. All right, so what's this? So Ben Sylvester, are you here? Are you still here, Ben? Give me a shout out if you're here. What is this? Hi Steven, how are you? I'm good. Okay, so T Jackson, how do you like the NUX, the NUX MG30? I just spoke about it just a couple of minutes ago. You might just want to replay this live stream again just to hear my thoughts. I like it. I like it a whole lot. What's up? A lot of people make the mistake of not giving a new guitar time to breathe and adjust to the atmosphere and humidity of its new home. Well, I think that will only apply for acoustic guitars. Yeah, to let the guitar breathe. All right, Ben. You got a great friend in Leanne, so she kind of messaged me to tell you, happy birthday, Ben. Happy birthday. You got a great friend in Leanne. You know, she's amazing. Hope I didn't embarrass you. So guys, join in and wish Ben a happy birthday. I know we can't sing anything, so I'll sing. Happy birthday to you, Ben. Yeah, like I was saying, what's up? Giving guitar time to breathe will apply mostly to acoustic guitars or semi-solid, right? But in terms of a solid body, you if you want to play it safe, yeah, you could do it. But then again, who am I to talk about this? I live in a country that is summer 365 days a year. Bear, the sender should have enough insurance on the. There you go. Yeah, where was I? The sender should have enough insurance on the instrument that has been shipped. The insurance should be the value of the instrument. Yeah, I think so. But I haven't had the ill fortune of having a guitar delivered to me damaged. In any case, I bought most of the stuff online from Toman, so yeah, they're great. The return policy is so out there. They're so good. Roland Rivera. I bought a Taylor online. I worked for the Taylor factory years ago in California, but was so impressed with the QC that I have good confidence in them. Yeah. I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you, Roland. Yeah, Taylor guitars are really nice. Mikael Johansson, but with Harley Benton, I've yet to find a guitar that needs more than a decent setup and some fret end jobs. Always change strings and polish the frets and fretboard though. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that's the thing, because I've heard like a whole lot of stuff coming from various people about horrible stuff that happened with their Harley Benton guitars. And sometimes you have to take all this with a grain of salt, because certain people are a little bit more picky than others. That's my experience. Yeah, Stephen Whitney, yes, I'm good. Yeah, Ben, I told Leanne that it would be great for me to have a friend like her. She's awesome. Mikael Johansson, I'm an electrical engineer, and have been building guitar effects well, and fixed guitar electronics for 40 years. So that part is no problem. What I'm looking for now is a neck where the frets needs replacing, and that's where it costs a whole lot. Especially if you're talking about stainless steel frets, because it costs a whole lot just to refret them. So if you can get like guitar necks offline, like from Walmart with stainless steel frets, go for it. You're welcome, Ben. Happy birthday again. How old again? Happy Floyd. I was in Singapore 2 years ago, and all I can say is it's expensive there. Oh, really? Everybody thought that the U.S. was more expensive. Japan is the most expensive place on earth at one time. And you're probably right. The cost of living has gone up really high in recent years. But then again, there are still places in Singapore where you can get a decent meal for very little cost. And you can still find these places, especially in the housing estates where we have, So the food, they're nice. They're nice food, and it don't cost a lot. Polite fan, I bought a Martin off eBay as well. It's a nice Strat style guitar off eBay. No problems. I tried buying a LP style guitar off AliExpress from China, from Chinese sellers. Experiment, it was crap. Definitely avoid. Yep. Ben, you're 60 years young? Yeah, same as me. I just hit 60 like on October. So we are in the same age group right now. Thank you guys for all that feedback. It's interesting to know. So the next question for you guys would be if well, we're talking about North America here. If the shops are open, say for example, will you guys be making the trip down, or will you guys just stick to buying online? Will you guys make a trip down to the shop and kind of browse around the shop, browse around the store, and maybe try a couple of guitars, and probably maybe buy a couple of guitars or pedals once the shops reopen? Will you guys be doing that, or will you guys be sticking to your old habit of just ordering things online and hoping for the best? That's my next question. Yes, I would say they are better made these days. So are the China ones. So are the Chinese made guitars. Hi, Kurt. Yeah, the Chinese guitars that I've reviewed recently, they are all like really well made. Really QC'd really well. So yeah, I'm glad we're getting better made guitars these days. From either Indonesia, like the NUX Johnston was from Indonesia, flawless. Yeah. You would go to the guitar shop after being vaccinated. Otherwise, I would stay online. Joe the Lion. Alright. You can still go to the shop wearing a mask. That's what I did. That's what I'll be doing come next week. I'll be heading out to the shops to interview those guys there. So I'll be wearing a mask, and I'm supposed to be vaccinated by April. But yeah. Eduardo Jose. Hi, Jonathan. I really appreciate your videos and all your time to show us pretty nice guitars. A friend and me are buying new guitars from online Toman. They're coming next week. ST20HSS, cool, and the GRX40. Nice. Cool. There you go, an online shopper. What's up? I go to the shops with string picks, etc., and to check out the latest shiny stuff. Happy Floyd. I would definitely go to the shop if it's close by to see and feel the product in real life. I would drive a long way if a shop has a very nice collection of guitars still. Nice. Mikhail, I would have no problem going to a store and browse, but I try to keep it at off hours when there are few people, right? Understandable. And bring hand sanitizers and of course wearing a mask. Yeah, good, wise. NUX Johnston signature guitars have the SSS and the HSS pickup configuration. Which do you prefer? I prefer the SSS. I do. But now that I'm facing the 60 cycle hum issue, I'm thinking like I should have gone with the HSS, but then it didn't have the atomic orange color that I wanted. So the only available atomic orange was in SSS configuration, which is cool. I'm fine with that. I'll find a way to get rid of the 60 cycle home. Polite fan, probably stick to online as I had no problems buying off recommendations from YouTube and friend. Alright, cool. The Flick, hey Jonathan, just got back from work to catch your live stream. Fantastic, cool. Glad you could join us. We were just talking about shopping online as opposed to getting your stuff, your guitars and pedals from a physical shop, and which one do you prefer? And if the shops are open, will you go back there? So that's what we were talking about here. Or Kurt Miller, I'm in for going to your shop here in Michigan. Nothing better than playing and hearing in person. Exactly. Right? One of the stuff that kept me away from going to the stores in the past was the dirty looks I get from store personnel. Sometimes we, even in, especially in Asia, we have one of the worst, some of the worst sales personnel ever. You know, they will look at you funny if you're like spending more than 5 minutes playing guitar. They will just hang around you like vultures, you know, with their arms. And it's like, dude, come on. You know, I might be buying this guitar, come on. But it's just this attitude. Like, you know, and in Hong Kong, well, back in the past, we're talking about like 20 years ago or 30 years ago, it was even worse. I got a salesperson coming up to me, hey, do you want to buy this? I said, yeah, just give me some time to play it, you know. But it's the whole attitude that just puts you off, and I just walk out of the shop without buying anything. But then again, I have a great relationship with the music stores here in Singapore. We only have a couple, so I'm on great terms with them. So I had none of these problems. You know, I would go to a shop, and most of the time I knew what I was getting. So, you know, I didn't have to try anything. I just probably like just a bit just to see how the action is, and I'm done. But gone are the days for me to kind of sit down and try guitar just for the sake of trying. Yeah. But I guess now things are a little bit better. Hi Ian, how are you, mate? What? You did order the new. Oh man, so you did get it, the NQC. Cool. I'm gonna get my hands on it pretty soon once it arrives. Jeanette promised me one, so I'm just waiting for it. Like I said, that video will take a long time because there's a whole lot of things to cover. What's up? I had to order foam covers for my mic online, local shops. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, certain stuff you gotta order online. There's no way. Yeah, you can get everything from a retail shop. A bear question, what is the name of the church that you attend? Are there many Christians in Singapore? Yes, there are a whole lot of Christians in Singapore. Are getting more though. So the church that I'm in a Assembly of God church, and it's called Emmanuel Assembly of God. Assembly of God in Singapore has a long history, you know, so we have a couple of Assembly of God churches in Singapore. Okay, Ian, I definitely prefer to try before I buy, but I have had a couple of good experiences online. Most shop assistants are cool with me. Cool. Mikhail, use stacked single coils. They are great, and for that twang, you can split them, of course. But then there is the expensive option to use Kinman, for instance. No harm, single coils, but at a price. I know, Mikhail. I've been there. Yeah. I don't want to go that route because I could always opt for a EMG setup, but I've noticed there are a couple of EMGs pickups that are not like the usual ones. That they are EMG active pickups, but really traditional sounding Strat sound. Really interesting choice, but I'm trying to stay away from them and try to use these stock pickups that Nick Johnston has on this SSS config because I thought they sounded really great. It's just the 60 cycle hum that is kind of like overbearing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out first. Yeah, Kurt Miller. Yeah, just wait, okay? Just wait. Hi Matt, how are you? I'm good. The Flick, I've been waiting for the shops to open so I can try the Fender GTX 100 or the Boss Katana. I'm not sure which one. Cool. Joe the Lion, in my part of the US, pre-pandemic, it was hard to get a salesperson to help me in larger gear shops. They acted like it was an inconvenience to help me try guitar amp. Smaller shops have been good. Yeah, the bigger the shops are, the more chances of you are encountering a salesperson that has a devil may care attitude or even a rude attitude. The smaller shops are more personal, and that's why I myself like to go to the smaller shops. I've been to guitar centers in New York, LA, and places like that, but my experiences with them have been good. They have really nice sales people. They'll come up to me, hey, good afternoon, how you doing? Can I help you? And if I was to say I'm just browsing around, you just leave me alone, and they won't bug you. That's great. P. Floyd, I found a guitar shop that helped me with my first acoustic. The salesperson brought in 10 to 15 guitars one by one for me to test based on my preferences, and gave me all the time. I bought an Eastman from him. Cool. See, those are hard to get. Those kind of salesmen are hard to find. Does a noise gate, Ian? Does a noise gate not eliminate the 60 cycle hum? I find that usually works for me. Although on a high gain, you lose the sustain and high gains in about 10 seconds. Yeah, it depends on your decay, right? So how much you set the decay. But noise gates are just a way to go. It's not going to eliminate everything. I was mentioning about my Japan-made 50 traditional Stratocaster, which has single coils, and they were relatively quieter than the NUX Johnston, which surprised the heck out of me. So I'm thinking like the grounding, the shooting is not up to par on the NUX Johnston. Somewhere must have given way, like maybe a wire came loose, one of the grounding wires came loose or something, or I don't know. So I'm gonna have it checked out. I'll let you guys know what's happening. Then maybe you guys like me can learn something along the way. Happy Floyd, smaller shops though, more personal service, bigger shops business side. Yeah, that's right, exactly. My scooter, sorry, been busy. No worries. Busy, don't matter. Hey, Andrew, hey John, have you checked out Fender's new Mustang Micro headphone M? No, I'm not. I have a headphone here, but that's not a thing, right? That's not a point. But I have this. This is from NUX. This is the Mighty Plug, which I will probably do a review depending on my schedule. So, well, basically this is like a practice amp in a way, where you plug this directly into your guitar, right? Turn it on, and you can connect this with your iPad, iPhone, whatever Android phone that you have, and you can kind of switch amplifiers, even have IRs loaded if you want to, because there is a USB, so you can load IRs in it, and a couple of effects there, not as much as the MG30. I think one or two effects, pretty cool. You can hook up your favorite headphones and with your guitar, and just plug this right in, and it work. And you can even like do streaming music from whatever you're using your iPhone via Bluetooth into your headphones, and you can kind of jam along. Awesome concept, and just this, you can carry this wherever you go, like in your hotel, so I'll be bringing this along when I tour, just in case I need to work out parts, which I don't normally do that, but just something nice to have with. So I don't think it's expensive. It's not really expensive. It's called a Mighty Plug. It's something to look out for. Alright, so where were we? Andrew Awaken. I guess it ties in with what you're talking about, because I ordered one for my daughter this week after watching a bunch of YouTube reviews for it. Cool. Okay. It's supposed to arrive today just in time for her 12th birthday. Aw, you're such a great dad, Andrew. Good fathers are hard to find these days, and I guess I found myself one here. Thank you, Andrew, for being a great dad. Mikhail Johansson, okay then, for the technical solution, make sure that the cavity on the guitar is shielded, and the plectrum cover as well, and that there is a electric. Yes, I know about the Faraday cage and all that, the connectivity. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it to Wayne. too much brain waves involved, right? And yeah, I know I don't like to solder. I hate soldering. I will solder if I have to, but I try to stay away from it as far as possible. Bear, I buy used gear though. True Guitar Center, because they have a 45 days return policy with no question asked. Cool. Cool. Mikael Johansson, of course, be careful how you stack your gain stages. Yeah. Have you found out? Thank you, Mikael. Kurt, have you found that doing all these videos and trying all these new gear is refining your ability to chase your ideal tone? No, I've already had an idea of what my tone is going to be like way long time ago. And whatever you guys are hearing is just a representation of that ideal tone that's been in my head for a long time, for the longest time. The only difference is that some of the tones are not in stereo with the bi-amping ability that I'm able to get through the Helix. So prior to that, it's always on mono. But I've gone stereo since I had my X3. Remember the 96 X3 before this pod came out, before the pod HD. There was this floorboard that's named Pod X3, and I was able to go stereo by amping on that floorboard, and I've never gone mono after that, especially for the specifically for the overdriven sounds, like the distortion chords and the distortion solos. For the rest, it's still in mono. There's no bi-amping involved, although there are stereo effects. So yeah, the tone has always been there in my head. It's just me translating it in different formats. That's about it. All right. You miss guitar shops or miss music shops? Nice device. Oh yeah, it is. Are you gonna review it soon? Probably, yeah. I'm trying to find a way for me to hook this up via the headphone jack into my interface so you guys can hear it. How it sounds like. That's going to be a challenge because I need to find a jack for it, the cable for it. Andrew, yes, the Fender one works similar, except it doesn't let you load in your own IRs. Okay. 60 cycle hum brings back memories. For me, it brings back bad memories. Really bad. Because I used to play in the clubs, and I would use amps, and certain times we gotta crank the amp really out loud, and the 60 cycle hum would be so overbearing. And that's one reason why I went to EMG, in the EMG route, because I couldn't stand the 60 cycle hum anymore because it's just so distracting. So I had my Fender Japan, my old Fender, I bought this in '86. I had it all fitted with EMGs, and back then I was really into Steve Lukather, and Lukather was using EMGs, so I thought, okay, I'll use EMGs, and it helped a whole lot. And along the years, I've switched guitars back and forth. And then when I finally got my Luke, the first Luke that I ever had, it was EMGs. It was fine. And after that, there was no turning back because I was playing in large arenas in large places, and having 60 cycle hum is no fun. So I've been using EMGs all this while. The only time when I stopped using it is when I went for this recent tour with George Lamb. And I used my Luke, which is EMG, and then I took a chance and brought my Comanche up. But the Comanche was cool because it has Z coil, so it's basically hum cancelling, so it worked out fine. But this time I wanted to use my NUX Johnston. I'm trying to prep the NUX Johnston for the next performance guitar because it looks great, on stage. But the only drawback is the 60 cycle hum. So I'm trying to find a way to cancel out the 60 cycle hum, and if worse come to worse, I might just have to take the EMG route, which I don't want to, but I might have to. Eduardo Jonathan, how many types of guitar sound signatures are there? Which ones you like the most, like vintage, fuzzy? All right, Mikael, you take care. You take care, Mikael. Mostly You know, I used to use fuzz pedals back in the days when I first started. Before you were able to get a good distortion or a overdrive sound, I was using fuzz pedals. And the earliest one that I used was from Ibanez, really old, and I should have kept that pedal because it would fetch a fortune in these days. Yeah. So, but you know, I outgrew the fuzz pedals, and I'm more into the overdrive and the distortion pedals. But there's one time where I kind of prefer what I can get from the amp stage, you know, from the gain stages in the amp, having overdriven a bit, you know, and that will work out for me fine. And that's why I like the Cub, the Langley Cub Super 12. I was able to get nice overdriven sound from this preamp section, and being a tube amp, you know, you get that tube warm sound, nice. And I was kind of like surprised that it recorded so well. You know, you had a full range response, even though from what I'm hearing, you know, it sounds a little bit boxy, but it translated well to the mic. I didn't do any additional EQing of sorts. It's just what is on the amp and what was captured by the mic. Great. Hi, Chris. Thank you for the coffee. Good morning to you. You just finished work, I gather. See, I'm yawning now. It's my time to sleep. Okay, half an hour more and I'm gone. Any more questions, guys? So thank you for answering the questions that I posed to you. I think it's really helpful, so I can kind of like have all what I need to know. All right. So my other question would be would pertain to acoustic guitars. And so far, we're talking about electric guitars. Now, acoustic guitars are different, very different, because of the acoustic nature of it, and the tendency for it to get damaged is really up there. So, would you buy an acoustic guitar from, say, Martin or Taylor online, or would you rather go down to a shop and try it? That's my next question. Bye, Scooter. See you later. All right, Timothy. Yeah, it's okay to yawn. You know, yawning is what's that word? Infectious. Well, contagious and infectious it is. All right, what's up? Take care. Lynette, I can't put my finger on those people that just only want to sell you an instrument without to give you the comfort. Elion, do you think Taylor's worth it? Good quality for sure, but price is, I think, way too high. Compared to a Martin, it's about there. They're all high up there. They're all in the high range. And to seriously, honestly answer you that question, I would say yes, they're worth it. I have a Taylor 512 that's with me to this day, and it still sounded great. You know, it's a great instrument. So you probably get what you pay for in guitars that are priced high. There must be a reason why, but I know a lot of it is just greed. Yeah, but if they're well made, then I guess as a customer, is worth it. Of course, I would not pay a $12,000 for a D45. I would never do that. But to pay for 3,000, 2,000 for a good acoustic guitar that you know will last you a lifetime, yeah, I don't mind doing that. Polite fan would buy acoustic online and bought 2 off eBay and 2 off Reverb. Like them all. Okay. I'm sorry, Ian. That make you yawn. Have you noticed that even dogs are affected by us? I was looking at my 2 dogs the other day one afternoon. I was yawning and they yawned after me. It's so funny, they they are being affected by me, by my yawning. It's so funny. Hi Mink, where are you from, Mink? What guitar would you recommend for 400, 500, preferably guitar with at least one humbucker? 400, 500, Singapore or US dollars? Where you from? Where are you from, Mink? Netherlands. Okay, so 400, 500 in Deutschmark or no in euros, right? So we're talking about, God, Singapore about 600, no, $700. Well, you can get a whole lot of stuff there. Or what can I recommend with a humbucker? Have you tried out the Harley Bentons, the Fusion Pros? They're probably good value for money, and well, especially the humbucker ones, like the ones that, but they kind of discontinue that. I guess they have it in other colors, like the Harley Benton Fusion HHT, right? So that's something to look out at. They're worth the money. I think they're really nice guitars. There are other brands like Sire, and there's this one called Corona, if you don't mind the name. They're Chinese made from a Korean company, great guitars. You can buy yourself a what's the other brand called? The LTDs. Those are made in Indonesia, real fine guitars. Lovely guitars. If you want to spend a little bit more, you can probably get your hands on a GNL Tribute, or the Legacy will be a good choice. The Tribute Legacy, where you have the single humbucker. Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, something to look at. Timothy, I ordered a couple of Harley Bentons, but it's taking so long, like each one. Yeah, they're having problems delivering, because that's why I've discovered from my email with them. Apparently, certain parts in Germany are still under lockdown, so yeah, it's making delivery a hard thing these days. Eduardo, does guitar scaled up with the law of diminishing returns refunds to? I don't know. I don't know about that. I guess they do, because you have the B stock, and the B stocks are selling off like not much off. Maybe about 5%, 10% off. That's about it. Ian, I would only ever buy acoustic if I had to play it for at least 30 minutes. Exactly. Yeah, you're like me. Yeah. So that's something that we share in common, Ian. Because I would not buy acoustic online ever, never, never. Um, every acoustic guitar, from my experience, sounds different, and that's the reason why most of the guitars that I bought, the acoustic ones, like the Martin Streetmaster, the D35s, I bought the ones that was on the showroom display, and a lot of people will be like scratching their head and going like, why would you buy a guitar that is on the showroom display? Like, people have been like murking around with it, but my take is that these guitars are the ones that's been played often, and they're not like, really scratch up and damaged. They are practically in good condition, just that a lot of people have played it. As you know why? Because these guys in City Music are so nice. They actually brought down the brand new ones in their boxes and everything from the stores, and opened up, and I tried it. Didn't like the sound. I didn't like the brand new ones. I still prefer the ones that is in the showroom, so I bought the showroom. And another thing that's good is they give you kind of a bit of a discount for that, which I don't mind. And my D35 is like that. I love it. My Streetmaster was like that, and it sounded great, so I was happy. So I would not buy anything online because I don't know how does it feel, how does it sound, especially acoustic guitars. Electric guitar, yeah, I can live with it. I can live with it. Timothy, how is the tribute? The tribute is fine. The tributes are really well made from Indonesia. Certain models are better made than others, yeah. You're welcome, Mink. Ben Sylvester, love your Enier T10OM acoustic review. You hug it during your play. Is it that good? It's excellent. I love it a whole lot. I just used it for rehearsal last Monday, a couple of days ago. Loved it. Still love the way it sounds. Still love the way it plays. Effortless. Polite fan, I'm surprised how fast shipping was from Germany to DC when I bought from Toman. Definitely good service pre-pandemic. Yeah. Alfonso, I don't know if anyone has asked already, but what is your take on Ampero? I did answer that in one of the questions that was posted during in that video. I do not have the Ampero with me currently, and from my experiences with it, as compared to the MG30, the MG30 is a better machine. Given the fact that it doesn't have touchscreen, Ampero does, it has more buttons, more ability for you to use this unit live, where Ampero is kind of like limited. Ampero has nice aesthetic to it, in roughly around the same size. But the amp modelings, I wasn't too happy with amp modeling because they were going for all the boutique amps, and maybe it's the way they are targeting that product. They didn't have like the basic bread and butter amp simulation that I was looking for, like the Fender amps and stuff like that. Whereas the MG30 has more of that, and plus the DSP power that the MG30 has. So with 2 DSP in it, it gives you more ability to do certain things. Both are able to load IRs, if I'm not mistaken. The looper on the Ampero was lacking because it didn't sync well with the drums when I last had it. They probably updated the firmware, but I don't know what's happening. Like I said, the unit is not with me. Well, the MG30 has the looper and drums sync perfectly, so it's easy to use. Yeah, and that's my thought. You're welcome. You're welcome, Eduardo. So I hope that helps. Alright, 15 minutes more before I call it night, and off to bed shall I be. What's this? What do you think of the Fender brand of pedals? I love them, Timothy. I love the Fender brands of pedals that I've reviewed so far. The only thing that's stuck in my mind is the Compulgeless, yeah, and the other MTG distortion pedal or overdrive pedal, which is tube driven. they have a couple of them, like the LA ones. Yeah, I like those pedals. Those are especially the compounders. I thought it was a great pedal. In fact, given that it has a compressor as well as a distortion, two pedals in one. Yeah, really clever. Hi Jack, how are you doing? You're welcome, Alfonso. How are you doing, Jack Collins? Are you doing fine? Ian, are you still here? Ian, are you still doing your David Bowie impersonation? Cool. Okay, Jack. Nice to hear. Bear, I'm working here in Tucson, listening into your show. Thank you for taking time to share. All right, Bear. I wonder whether I mentioned it before, but I've been to Tucson countless of times. You know, many times. I actually love my time there. I go up like once a year for the past 6 years, from 2006 or rather 2007 all the way to 2012. Yeah, and one of my favorite music store there would be the Rainbow. Yeah, Beto, you're from Brussels. Cool, great. 6 foot tall, full of muscles. Right, if there's no more questions, then I'm off. If you have questions, you better post them here before I go. Ian, just a two from for Natalie. Fantastic, not a Korean move. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun seeing you like this. It was fun watching you having fun, Ian. That was great. You brought joy to me. Cool, Jack. You got a katana. Are you are are you driving your neighbors out of their hairs yet? Are you irritating your neighbors yet? That's a katana 100. It's pretty loud. Kurt Miller, have a great night. Always love to be on this live stream. God bless. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you. Dan Kurt. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Before I do, I'm gonna say a short prayer just to end things off. I'm gonna pray for all of you. So, like I said, you all have time. Just pray for my hand. I'm going to see a doctor on the 10th, which is next week, to have it looked at and see what is bothering my hand. So, yeah, I'm just gonna pray right now. Yes, Timothy. I saw this in Facebook. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. I thank you, Jesus, for tonight. I thank you, Lord, that you brought us together, brothers who have the same interests in guitars. I thank you, Jesus. I just pray that, Lord, that you watch over my brothers and my sisters here. That Lord, that you will watch their coming and going out, that you will bless them with peace that surpasses all understanding. That Lord, that you will give them the ability to love and to care for others, and the ability to receive love and care from others too, Lord. Protect them from the pandemic, Lord. Give them wisdom on how to handle the situations individually where they are. I pray that, Lord, that the pandemic will end soon, Lord, and that we can all go back to the business of playing guitar and having the time of our lives making music, Lord. So with that, Lord, I just pray for providence for each and every one of us, that, Lord, that you will provide for us and for our families, Lord. Take care of us, Lord. Take care of our families too. And all this I pray in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Polite Fan. Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bear. Amen to that. Thank you, Timothy, Elian. Really? Hey, Jack. Hi, Jack. Ah, okay. Don't ever go to the airport and say, man, that movie was a bomb. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Bear. Thank you so much. Hi, Gwenta. Thank you. Thank you. Night, guys. Nice. Thank you, Flick. Yeah. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So you guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again. Yeah, real soon. Right? Hi, Sikkim from Holland. Yeah, I'm about to go, so about to leave, end this live stream. So, yeah. Join us next time, if you can. A couple of guys from Holland, I guess. Netherlands and Holland are the same, right? Right, guys, I gotta go. Bye, Andrew.